tag super middleweight tail of the tape. Joe Gardner, 11-5-1 with one knockout, 167.5 pounds. Standing at 6 feet 1 inch from Woonsocket, Rhode Island. His opponent, Rich Gingras, 12-3 with 8 knockouts, 167 pounds, 5 feet 10 inches from Attleboro, Mass. For the official fighter introductions, we head down to Bill Carpenter in the center of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Patron Tequila and Red Stag bout, scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing in the super middleweight division. Your referee for this bout is Joey Lupino. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the solid blue trunks. He weighed in for this bout at 167 pounds. His professional record shows 12 wins, just 3 losses, 8 big wins coming by way of knockout. Training and fighting out of Attleboro, Massachusetts, he starred in the television series The Contender. Introducing Rich Gingras. His opponent across the ring to my right, fighting out of the red corner and wearing the camouflage trunks. He tipped the scales at 167.5 pounds. This professional fighter climbs through the ropes with a professional record of 11 wins, only 5 losses, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Woonsocket, Rhode Island, please welcome Joe Gardner. Referee Joey Lupino with final instructions.
Wait a second. All right, guys, listen. We went over the rules in the dressing room, all right? You're both professionals. No BS. Let's just kick it style, all right, over here? Punch him up, Gauntlet. Come on, guys.
6 rounds of boxing, super middleweights.
Here we go with the next bout of the evening, 6-round super middleweight fight between Joe Gardner, coming out of the red corner, 11-5-1, 1 knockout, 37 years old from Woonsocket, Rhode Island. His opponent, Rich Gingras, coming out of the blue corner. He's also wearing the blue trunks, 12-3 with 8 knockouts, 32 years old. Peter, 2 guys here that I know that you've seen many times over the year fight here at CES and in Rhode Island. What are your thoughts here on the matchup?
Well, it's a good matchup. This is classic boxer versus puncher. Gardner being the boxer, Gingras being the puncher. He can hit hard. He averages 12 wins, 9 knockouts. He's coming in to knock you out with every shot. Gardner wants to run you into shots, grab you, hold you, frustrate you. So it's in for an interesting fight. Let's see if Gingras can land the big shot or if Gardner can just outwork him.
Right, Gardner has 1 knockout in 11 wins. Rich Gingras has 8 knockouts in 12 wins, including his most recent fight, a 2nd-round knockout against Dennis Ogbu, who was 7-5 at the time.
I got you. Step back clean, fellas. Step back clean.
You notice Gingras came right out. He wants to put the pressure on him. That's what he has to do to win the fight. He can't let Gardner get comfortable.
Joe Gardner's a very tough fighter in the fact that if he gets into his rhythm and you get sucked into his style of fighting, it could be a very long night.
Well, that's it, and I think Richard Gingras in the corner knows that, and that's why he came out as fast as he did.
Joe Gardner has won his last 3 fights, including a victory over 5-0 at the time. Alex Amparo, his most recent fight, a win against 6-5 Ronaldo Rodriguez, a former USA New England light heavyweight champion.
Trying to keep Gingras on the outside, working his jab, working his right. And Gingras is doing his job, trying to get on the inside and rough him up.
Gingras started his career 8-0. Since then, 3-3 in his last 6 bouts. A former contestant on the show The Contender. Although, believe it or not, Pete, he fought in the cruiserweight division, and right now he's stepped in the ring weighing about 170 pounds.
Right. He's done good. I mean, he's worked very hard to get to this point. He dropped down, which is a better attribute to him because he's strong.
30 seconds go in round number 1. It's a 6-round bout.
I got you guys. Step back. Step back clean.
Final seconds here of the first round. See some excitement out there, Joe Gardner. Let's check in with the corner.
You got this. Just a little bit on the head.
Fight fans, tonight's event is powered by Prudential Ares Realty. Looking to buy or rent a new home?
You got this, baby. Listen, he can't box. I know. He can't box. I know. We're going to box him all night.
Catch him with that left hook all night.
No.
I bring that right hand after the ball. You got that.
Beautiful. Keep your right hand up and get for the hook. All right? And stay off the rope. We got this fight in the middle of the ring. Right? I know. He can't box, baby. His both feet are together all night. Okay? You got this.
Good round, Joe. Keep it up, man. Good round.
Wait for round number 2, and you see Gingras wants to come forward, but Joe doing a good job with that jab. And Joe's fighters that want to come forward like that, and he uses his jab and sidesteps really well.
Well, that's his game. That's what he wants. He's a counter fighter. He wants you to come forward, want to make you miss, make you pay.
It's a tough fight here for Rich Gingras going up against Joe Gardner. Not only has momentum coming off 3 straight wins, he's a guy that has absolutely cleaned up here in New England against every competition he's fought. You look at the guys that he has lost to, these are fighters on a big stage like a Sean Estrada, guys like Elvin Ayala. He's gone out and he's fought some really tough fighters on national TV, and when he's fought here, he's in a comfort zone where he knows that he's better, or at least he can handle most of the guys on this level.
Well, there's no question about it. He's all hot and balls. I mean, he gets in there. He doesn't care who he fights. He's game for anybody, and that shows a lot for him. So, and now he's fighting another guy. Season 4 contender, who was a cruiserweight, dropping down to super middleweight. He doesn't care. He wants to fight him. So, he has a lot of heart.
It's interesting, Peter, your last fight here at Twin River a few months ago, Rich Gingras was my broadcast partner. Now the roles are reversed. I'm broadcasting with you on a Rich Gingras fight. So I think I feel pretty well for myself if I have another contender alumni sitting with me here for the fight, and you see no knockdown there by Joe Lupino. Is going to call it a slip.
Well, it was. He leaned on him, put him down. Like I said, he's like that. He wants to run you into shots, and then as soon as you get in close, he wants to tie you up. So it frustrates you a little bit.
It's tough to tell which fighter the crowds are rooting for. It looks like to the entire left of where we're sitting is all fans of Rich Gingras. The entire right is all Joe Gardner. 2 very popular fighters here going at it.
Calls for a good fight, and that's what we have here. Is that a mouthpiece? Mouthpiece fell out?
Trying to figure out where the mouthpiece
Joe
went.
Gardner's mouthpiece?
Stay in the middle of the ring.
Here we go, ready to continue.
Nice double hook by Gingras. Right back Gardner, though.
Gardner, who's 3 inches taller than Gingras, using that reach pretty effectively.
Good body shot by Gingras.
He really rips that right hook to the body with a lot of power.
He does. That was a good round, close round.
Let's listen into the corner here, Rich Gingras.
You don't want any party, right? You're gonna get rid of him, right? Soon. Get under my eye. Under it. I got you.
Keep it clean there. You guys are doing a good job.
Slow this. Richie, you can't load up, bro. He's ready to go now.
Yeah, come on.
Don't load up.
Pretty proud of you.
It's just like you're hitting the fucking double end bag. Jab, double jab, right hand. Go up the head now, okay? Go up the head and just throw it, and you'll finish him. As soon as you hit him, you're gonna quit. But don't load up. Just let your hands go, like you're hitting the fucking double end bag, okay?
Come on. Be the boss.
Rich's corner. Tell him to go back up top and you'll finish him. I don't know if that's the case. Joe Gardner does have 3 knockout losses in his 5 career losses, but he's a tough opponent.
He's very tough, and if anybody can knock you out with a left hook, it's Gingras, because he can hit. But I think they meant, because they had Gingras going to the body for the first couple rounds, and they wanted to, instead of going to the body, just land up to the head now. Good combination there by Gingras.
Nice.
He seems to keep going to that body because it's working for him.
Joe almost walked into a serious uppercut.
So if the fight stays like this, as Gingras has the momentum, he'll take it. But Joey Gardner's got to get back into the center of the ring right now, use his jab, walk him into shots, use his game. He's fighting Gingras' game right now.
Gingras looks to be shaken up by something. Minute and 30 seconds of change to go here in round number 3 of a scheduled 6. Gardner on a 3-fight win streak.
Big shots.
Gingras trying to take the air out of the tires here. His opponent up against the ropes.
I think he's doing a pretty good job of it, huh, Pat?
Looks like the plan's working execution. Joe Gardner's still coming back forward.
Oh, good right hand by Gingras.
Final 30 seconds to go here in round number 3. Joe comes back with a left, but good defense there by Rich.
That was a slip.
Another slip there in the center of the ring.
Good right hand step back by Gardner. It wasn't enough to win the round. I give that round to Gingras.
Rich was definitely the aggressor. He landed more punches, and he had Joey up against the ropes for a good part of that round. Halfway through this fight, let's listen into the corner here of Joe Gardner.
As soon as you feel those ropes, throw something and slide out. Throw something and slide out. Perfect. It's exactly what you want to do, man. Exactly what you want to do. Just don't get caught on them ropes.
Fight, baby. Now it's our fight. There's Joey Gardner back now. Right? Now you're back. Don't get stupid. Keep your hands up and pick them apart. Okay? As soon as you feel those ropes, pick them apart. Okay? Okay? Keep moving to the side. He's fucking done.
Joe Gardner ready to go. He didn't even want the stool in between rounds.
If you notice, he's been like that the whole fight. He doesn't use the stool, so.
Joe doing a good job of keeping Gingras off with those wide hooks. It's interesting. It sounded like the corner for Joe Gardner was actually saying that that's the fight they want, with his back up against the ropes.
Yeah, well, they got that wrong because that's not the fight he wants. He wants to stay in the center of the ring and try to run Gingras into shots. Oh, beautiful right hand by Richard. I think Rich is getting a little frustrated by the holding.
That's one of the toughest parts for opponents to go in and face a guy like Joe Gardner. Hey, you look at his record, he has 11 wins, but only 1 knockout. He's just such an intelligent fighter, and he can use your strengths against you. Where Rich wants to come in and throw those wide punches, if Joey could tie him up every time, he takes those wide punches away from him.
Exactly. That's when you see the frustration come in, when he elbows him and does something like pushes him off him. But Gardner wants to stay off the ropes, man. He wants to keep his back off the ropes. This is Rich's game here.
Joey Lupino's having a very active fight tonight.
He's doing a good job in there, though.
He is it. My favorite part of Joe Lupino, when he introduces the fighters at the very beginning, he says, no BS, and that's exactly how he calls the fights, no BS.
Exactly. They're both professionals, do the job for the fans. Keep it clean, and let's go. If you notice, Gingras is walking in without his jab. He has to use his jab a little more when he's walking in.
Nice short right hook there by Rich. You hear all the Woonsocket faithful chanting Joey.
Good shots. Very good round. I thought Gingras landed the better shots. It was a close round, but
Still was a close round.
Yeah, give Gingras the edge.
Let's listen in here to Gingras' corner.
Okay? Don't load up. You're nailing him. Throw a beautiful left hook. Left right hook. Right? Freeze, right? Gotta put them together. Don't load up so much. Double jab, right hand, left, right hook.
Come on,
They'll just come, okay? They'll just come. Don't load up. Don't let them hold you. Don't square off, Richie, all right? Off to the side. Pick it up.
Good advice there from the corner, Peter, but easier said than done. Don't let Joey hold you. Joey's made a career out of being a smart and frustrating fighter.
Right. But that was good advice. I was going to mention that too. He said, don't load up, just let him go. And that's what he has to do. Work in behind his jab and just let his punches go. You're not going to stop Joey from holding. You just got to do what you do. Outwork him. Good shot by Joey there. Good left hook.
Rich has done a good job, though, not getting overly frustrated every time he goes and gets a combination and Joe ties up with him. He's done a good job keeping his composure.
He is. Working behind the jab. Landing off the jab. That's what he has to do. That's perfect. You notice every time he throws the jab or he starts with the jab, he backs him up, he gets him right where he wants for the big shot. Might not land every time, but you only need it to land once.
This is a scheduled 6-round bout. Joe Gardner 11-5-1. Rich Gingras 12-3. Gardner, the former USA New England light heavyweight champion. Gingras, a former cruiserweight contestant on the Contender. Pete, I'm sure Rich owes the popularity of the Contender Series in big part to you and the success you had on the Contender Season 1 and all the excitement that you brought to the sport with that series.
Definitely, definitely. Nice little combination on the inside by Joe.
Although you only had to go to California, Rich had to go all the way to Singapore.
Yeah, I was in a much better spot than he was, that's for sure. But without a doubt, that was the toughest thing I ever had to do in my career. Living with guys you're gonna fight, not having your original trainer, having to lose the weight, weighing in the day of the fight, hours before the fight, having no energy to fight. It was the toughest thing I ever had to put myself through. But I'm glad I did it. It made me the person I am today. Oh, a good right hand by Richard there.
Final seconds to go here in round number 5. Again, another slip. Final seconds to go. And we're gonna go to the 6th and final round here. And a very tough fight between Joe Gardner and Rich Gingras. A tough fight to score.
It is a tough fight to score, and it's a good matchup.
Listen, don't leave anything in the ring. You're in good shape, Justin. Took that round a little easy. All right, you're gonna make it on this one. I still think you won that round, though. Don't get stupid. He's gonna come. Okay, the last round. Okay, touch him up. Yes, sir. He's coming, and you block. Boom. The only time you get in trouble is when you're in the corner. Okay? Be in the middle.
And left hook been your bread and butter all night. Go back to that left hook. Bring that right hand out there once in a while. Straighten it up, right up the middle.
And Peter, this fight is played out exactly as you previewed it. After that first bell, you have Gingras who's going to come in and try to throw all the power punches and take him out. Gardner's going to be the more methodical boxer to go in there and outsmart his opponent. And so far, that's been the strength for each fighter.
Yeah, exactly. And even his corner, and notice in Gardner's corner, say, hey, listen, you got a box, he's going to come.
There's that left hook that Gardner's corner was talking about. They said it's been his bread and butter all fight.
So you know Gingras is going to come in. You got to try. You expect that and try to run him into a shot. If not, he's just going to keep you against the ropes and pound you all night.
All right, great. Step back clean, guys. No punches.
Nice little right hand on the inside by Gardner.
About 2 minutes to go here in this fight. Good stamina by both fighters. There's been a lot of punches thrown.
Oh, yeah. Who wants it the most? Like you said, it's a tough fight to score. They both want it. Gingras is coming forward. Looks like he wants it a little more. But then on the other hand, Gardner's, he's throwing back. He's punching. He wants it just as bad.
Minute to go here in the 6th and final round. The fans really enjoying this fight. Gingras continues to come forward, but Joe, being a smart fighter here, tying up. You heard him between the 5th and 6th round. His corner thought he was winning this fight.
Good right hand by Gingras. 20 seconds left. Oh, another good couple of shots. It's a very close fight, but I mean, if you go by who landed the better shots, it had to be Gingras.
Final seconds to go. And Gingras just comes right forward as soon as Apino puts his hands down.
Good fight.
Great fight between Rich Gingras and Joey Gardner. You can see the mutual respect by each fighter after a hard-fought bout. And right in front of us, Peter, we have the entire Joe Gardner fans. And over to the left, you see all the Rich Gingras fans. Everybody in this building is confident that their guy won this fight right now.
Yeah, it was close. It was close.
I think you did enough.
Yeah, Joe Gardner's corner saying, I think you did enough.
I'm just glad I'm not a judge tonight.
Joe Gardner on a 3-fight win streak. Former USA New England light heavyweight champion from Woonsocket, 37-year-old. Opponent Rich Gingras from Attleboro, Mass. The owner of Fight to Fitness in Attleboro. He has over 200 clients. Still finds the time to train for a professional fight. And Pete, that's something that you can appreciate working full-time and being a fighter, is finding that balance between working full-time to support a family and then at the end of the day going and sparring and getting in the necessary practice you have to be able to be prepared in the ring.
That's tough. I got to be honest with you. So it's lighting the candle at both ends. So, but we got to do it. There's not many happy endings in boxing. There's no retirement. There's no pension. Something I've been doing my whole life.
Gingras started his career 8-0. It was called to be a contestant on the Contender. Since then, he's been 3-3 in his last 6 fights. He won his last bout here at Twin River Casino against a very game Dennis Ogbu, who came over with a record of 7-5. Will he get his second victory in a row, or will Joe Gardner get his 4th in a row? Our ring announcer Bill Carpenter just reading over the judges' scores. We'll send it down to him in a second. Very tough fight to score, Peter. Fight really could go either way.
I agree.
And it looks like the scores are in, and we are ready to announce the winner. Let's send it down to Bill Carpenter in the center of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 hard-fought rounds of boxing, let's go to the judges' scorecards. We have a split decision. Judge Carasone scores the bout 58-56 Gingras. Judge Eddie Scungio has it 58-56 Gardner. And Judge Moran scores the bout 58-56 for your winner in a split decision, Rich Gingras.